So traditionally, the Pollstar Awards have recognized artists and individuals and organizations that have done exceptionally well in the most recent years' touring business. The idea of creating the Pollstar Honors Award is to recognize an individual for a lifetime of achievement in the concert industry. Pollstar is very pleased to be able to present this award for the very first time to an individual that couldn't be more deserving. Our honoree for 2015 is Barbara Hubbard. Now, those of you that know her refer to her most affectionately as Mother. Okay, one of the interesting things about Barbara is not only the success that she's had in the concert business, but the number of students that she's mentored over the years that have graduated to very active and notable careers also in the concert business, among other things. Barbara has garnered so many awards and accolades over time, I'm not going to try to name them here, but among them, many have been for her contributions to education. And she's always referring to her kids, and many of them you will see here at the conference every year. And rather at this time than me telling you about Barbara's accomplishments, we have a number of people that would like to tell you what their relationship has meant over the years. And we have some video clips. The first one I like in particular because it is Barbara, in her own words, telling you what she feels she has accomplished and what means the most to her over the course of her career.
Well, one of the greatest honors, other than my husband asking me to marry him and having my two sons and my family I've got today, I guess it was in 2007 when Venues Today called, and they called to say that I had been nominated across the nation as one of the top 5 women in the music business.
Barbara Hubbard, affectionately known as Mother Hubbard to coworkers, family, and the countless numbers of students she had mentored, has no shortage of memories.
We've had a good run. Charlie was the first one I told you we got to do. We made $10,000.
Through her home, she showed us photo after photo and quilts made from t-shirts sold by the acts and artists she booked.
The fun thing about some of these t-shirts is see Las Cruces is listed on their t-shirts.
Hubbard began her days in the music business in the mid-'60s when she became NMSU's Director of Special Events, booking events at the Pan Am Center.
We started that way. Charlie Pride was our first really production, but our first rental was Ike and Tina Turner Review. And then we went in from renting the building with Neil Diamond, Olivia Newton-John, and just got on a roll.
Relationships forged over the years with musicians and comedians. They hold strong to this day.
Reba emails me right now and tells me when Shelby's going to race and to turn on TV so I can watch him. So Bill Cosby called me a day after Pierce died. I mean, it's just part of the friendship.
She keeps close ties with the athletics department. The Pan Am has a room in her honor filled with more memories. She has tons of old music albums, but as far as her greatest accomplishments, the hours spent raising scholarships for the people she considers family, her students.
Steve Dixon designed Britney Spears' 3-ring circus. Becky just got off the road with the Rolling Stones. Rich Glasgow's been with Fish for 20 years. We've got teachers, box office managers, building managers, tour accountants. I'm just proud of them.
For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Martinez.
Barbara, so happy for you to be getting this award tonight, and you were a huge inspiration to me, and the class and dignity that you brought to our business that sometimes is lacking a lot of those things is amazing. And you did convince me to come down to Las Cruces, and I always enjoyed seeing you every summer in that field out there. And you changed the music business for the better, and thank you very much.
Hey Barbara, I hear you're getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. that normally means that somebody's got to be towards the older part of their life. And Barbara, you have more energy than anybody else I know. You're at everything. You run all of us ragged. But you know something? There is no one that deserves this more than you. So congratulations on this great award.
Hi, it's Troy Blakely from APA in Los Angeles. Barbara Hubbard and I go way back, of course, and for some of the years when I was in New York, or most of the years when I was in New York, Barbara would visit the agencies and come by and bring a couple of her little cubs in tow to meet the agents and learn a bit about the business. And every year Barbara would come in to my office and she'd bring me a sweatshirt from New Mexico State, and she'd bring my son, who was then very young and growing each year, a new sweatshirt for New Mexico State. And they fit him every year. She just remembered the years that he was growing. That's how she is. And he remembers it quite fondly now, these sweatshirts, because they're the only sweatshirts he had that were not maize and blue from Michigan. But Barbara was always the sweetest and kindest person. That's why she's my mother in this business. And the mother to so many others, of course. And I'm so happy to be part of this and to be saying thank you, Barbara, for everything you've done. And I hope I can just influence a couple of people as much as you have done the hundreds. You've helped so much in this business over the years. And I just wanted to say that we love you.
Well, last night I emailed Rod Essick and said, do not leave town. The roads are treacherous. It took me over an hour and 15 to do a 20-minute drive, and I said, there's no way. This is one of the craziest things I did was driving home last night, so I want to make sure my partner didn't do the same mistake. If you saw where I live, the second craziest thing was to get in my car and drive here this morning, because believe it or not, my driveway is still solid ice. My neighborhood's still under sage, but I could not be here. It took me 20 minutes to go about a quarter of a mile, but I would not miss this opportunity to honor a dear friend of mine. Mother Hubbard, as everyone affectionately knows you, has done more for this business than almost anyone. And I think she does it with a servant's heart. She's always put herself last. It's always, what can I do for other people? And as Troy so eloquently delivered his speech about us senior guys who can be somewhat jaded and by business, to know when you walk in, every time she makes a trip, there's some little memento to remind you that the little angel has dropped by your door. This time it was a little piece of chocolate and a sleeve of 3 golf balls that she dropped off. And it was just to say, I love you, and she knows the love is returned. So this business needs more Barbara Hubbards. She's an institution that will keep on going, I'm sure. But I know, I can't even imagine when you do go to your next home, the orchestration you're going to do. And you're going to have more tools up there than you do down here. And trust me, the last year I've gotten more attuned to that other side. So you're an amazing example here. Your leadership and your heart and your love, to me, exemplifies what faith is in action is. And it truly gives me an honor to ask you to come up to receive the first. I was going to say this is long overdue, but the fact that this is the first year, it's right on time. So let's give a warm welcome, Barbara Hubbard, otherwise known as Mother Hubbard.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I tell you, I hope someday all of you are standing up here and get the same sensation that I have right now, because there's nothing more rewarding than to have these young people that I have had the honor of being associated with being successful in this business. I will admit to Gary and Sherry that when the boys call me, that I hung up the phone. I think I started crying before I hung it up, because it's something you can't believe in, that because you love something and something that's really a part of you, to get a reward for doing it. So I can't think of any reason to be here other than the success story of these young people that you see here in this front row and second row. And I noticed that Jenny was slipped into the house and got some photos from my very early days, about 85 years ago or more. Well, how old am I? 87. But now, if I were selling show guys, I'd remember, okay? But let me say this. I would not be standing here right now if it weren't for the friendships that I've gotten the opportunity to establish in this business. I wouldn't take a paycheck of any kind from anybody or trade it for what all I've gotten to learn and all the love that I've received. I can't thank you all enough, Troy, particularly John. I know what that drive in, because we did the same thing this morning. But I was afraid I wasn't going to hit Pam in time enough to get that $25,000 check they gave us for scholarships for my EBA. And to the young people that are in this room, don't give up your dreams. If an old country girl from Arkansas can come this far, I guarantee you'll go further. So may the good Lord bless you and keep you until we meet again down the road. And I thank and love each and every one of you for being here.